Hey guys, my name is Ben, and today I want to document me casing a well. I have a ranch in South San Benito County, and I've had a well driller out here for the last, I think, 5 to 6 weeks trying to find water. And due to our California government's infinite wisdom, they regulate that you must have 3 gallons per minute for 24 hours straight in order to get a permit to build a house. So been tempted to do that. So I have 3 different holes around the site where I'm going to build my house. And as of yet, we have been unable to get that required flow rate. And subsequently, the well driller had to pull out. He's been here so long that his other jobs are getting backed up. So he said, I'm sorry, but I can't really spend any more time at your property. I got to pull out. But he did promise to come back. While the whole time we've been drilling, I've been having to supply water for the drilling process. And to date, I've supplied 29,000 gallons of water for them drilling. And the reason it's taking so much water is the ground here is just ultra hard. It's pretty much rock the whole way. And as of yet, we have not been able to produce the water we need. So to get that 29,000 gallons of water, I've had to have a water truck come out. So every time a water truck comes out, which is I think 3,200 gallons of water, it's costing me $450. So definitely going backwards financially every time a truck has to come out. So I have these 3 holes, and there's one right here in the ground. They do have water in them. They're just not producing enough. So once the well driller pulled out, and I thinking to myself, this is ridiculous for me having to have this water truck comes out. Why don't I go buy a cheap solar pump? Cheap, I mean financially cheap, not as in built cheap. Put a solar pump down one of these holes and just start filling. I have 2 5,000 gallon tanks. Start filling them myself. So when we do start to drill again, I'll have water ready and I'll be able to keep hopefully producing water, so I don't have to keep having water trucks come out and fill those tanks up. And then hopefully we do strike a good water source, this will become a secondary well for me, maybe for cattle or landscaping, trees, whatever, just to have a secondary well. And the reason I'm doing this hole right now compared to the other ones is this ground right here was by far the hardest ground. So they stopped drilling, 5 weeks ago. And let me switch this thing around here. So they stopped drilling 5 weeks ago, and this ground is so hard. This hole hasn't done anything. It's rock hard. So I'm going to use this hole here as my source for water. This hole here is 200 feet deep. Put a tape measure down with a flashlight. Water level is at 40 feet right now. So I got 160 feet worth of water. The question is how quickly does this water come and fill into this hole? Well, that's the unknown. So I'm taking a financial risk here, gambling that this thing's going to produce at least, I'm hoping, 1 gallon a minute. That's the flow rate I'm going to be pulling out of it. And I'm going to be pumping it into a 5,000 gallon tank. So to do this, I'm going to case this well. So what I did is I went to the local hardware store and I bought a bunch of this 4-inch drainage pipe. See, it's already got holes in it. So what I'm going to do, probably get my backhoe raised above this. I'm gonna have to build some kind of clamp that comes around this thing and holds it in place while I glue the next section in place, and then loosen this clamp up, and then use a rope and lower each section down. Repeat the process, clamp it again, glue it, lower it, keep going that way. So I'll try to document how this goes, and then once I do that, then I'll document me putting the actual pump in, all the solar panels, hooking it all up, getting a water tank up here. So for reference, so here's the well. My building site is right where that up there, where all that fresh dirt is. So this is pretty close, within a couple hundred feet of where I'm going to build the house. Compared to the other spots we drilled, they're a couple thousand feet away. So this is by far the easiest hole to use. Eventually, when the house is all done, I'm going to be putting the tanks up there. Let's see, those trees are at there. It's a little bit above the elevation where the house is going to be, so I have like 40 foot of drop. I still need a booster pump, at least that'll give me a little PSI down to the house. I'm getting ready to put my second section in. Got my first section sitting right here. So I just put a socket extension through to hold it. And I'm using my backhoe to as a crane. I got a rope tied off to my truck. And this is, I think, how I'll lower each section down. And then once I start to lower these two sections, then I'll put that socket extension in again and repeat the process. Well, I hit a little snafu. At about the 80-foot mark, the casing stopped. This hole's 200 feet deep, but for the first, I think, 80 to 100 feet, it's 10-inch diameter. Then it goes down to, I believe, 5 or 6-inch diameter beyond that. The reason they do the 100 foot at 10 inch is because when it's done, they put pebble and concrete around it for the sanitary seal. Well, come to find out, and I thought for an hour, like, what the heck is going on? Why is this thing won't go any further? Talked to my kids, and they fessed up to dropping bricks down the well. So I got blockage at the shelf where it goes from 10-inch to 5-inch. So I can't go any further. So I'm in the middle of pulling all the casing out. See, I got a bunch down here on the ground. And go to hole number 2 now. This was my preferred hole I want to use, but having to pull audible, I don't see any way of pulling bricks out of a 80-foot deep hole with 30 feet of water, 40 feet of water on top of it. So I'm going down to hole number 2 now, which is about 2,000 feet down, a couple hundred feet down, and start casing that one. Okay, on to hole number 2 now. Got everything all loaded up. It's nice having the right tools to do this. Took the 2 longest sections of pipe and using my backhoe to transport them down the next hole. Alright, Ben's pulling back the pipe. We gotta come along the top here. It's attached to a piece of 3.5-inch Schedule 40 black steel pipe. Probably weighs about 80 pounds. It's sharp at the bottom of it. You can it's sharp. What it's doing is plunging into, we got bricks sitting at the bottom of this hole. You hear it boom. Okay, so ended up putting casing in the ground. Could only get down to 58 feet. There's a brick blocking the way. Could not get out of the way. I think we broke it up, but I think doing so caused the dirt to collapse around it, and that's as deep as we can get. I might have to call it good for now. Off my measuring, I have 13 feet 6 inches of water, so I'm hoping I'll be able to at least fill this guy up with that much. I know it's gonna be seeping in slow, so hopefully it'll work. So now I'm laying out my pump. I got my depth marked I'm measuring out the poly pipe, and there'll be a safety cable attached to it also. The system I got is a Ruled Power Systems full solar. It's going to have a low water sensor on it, so it'll shut itself off if the water gets too low, and also have a tank sensor on it. So we'll see how this goes. It's just starting. Okay, I finished wiring up the pump and got all the connections. So I got 60 something feet of cord, tube, cable, sensor wire. And here's my well head top. See, I got a little eyelet. It's gonna hold the weight of the pump and dangle it. And I got my poly tube. And then I bought a 12-3 gauge 100-foot extension cord, and that's what's been running my power from the pump, from the panel down pump. Well, I have success. I have a temporary setup. My old boat here, I got the solar panels laid out, wired to pretty cool. Okay, I got my tank plumbed in to my well. I did a flow test. I have this thing turned way down right now. Here's the panel. I got it calculated out as a flow test at 1.6 gallons per minute. And the reason I did it so slow is I don't think this well is going to replenish itself very quickly. So I just want to draw it out slowly. You can see here. Going into here. And filling up. 5,000 gallon tank. I'll put a high level sensor on here that will shut off once it gets filled, but did the math based off sunlight. It should take 7 days to fill this tank up if everything goes smooth and well doesn't go dry. That's the big unknown right now.